What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. Got a fantastic show here for you today. How is your Monday going? It's been a while since we've spoken, eh? Eh? All right, there we go. I don't know where that came from, but here we go. Melanie Sue. Look, it's going to be a good day already. What up, crew? What up, Mels? What's up? How we doing? Father Whale saying, good afternoon, crew. Do small things with great love. Do it indeed. Well said, my friend. Well said. Tony said, like button smashed. Man, I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Jared, Matty B, Zach, Tony, Kirk, let's roll. I love it, man. Good to see everybody. Hope you are well. All right. So we have a ton to get to, and we're going to jump into it right now. Big Chip said, howdy, y'all. Howdy, Chip. Good to see you, man. Bruce, I need some help. Kirk in Japan, where y'all at? No doubt. And here you go. Nurkic, over 3.5 assists, minus 166. Use as a parlay piece. Well said. Well said. Jason, afternoon, fellas. Afternoon, big dog. Boogie, I'm willing to sweat out of Rodgers over half a yard rushing tonight. Yes, I'm right there with you. Right there with you. All right, let's jump into it. Let's go. All right, the picks. Look, we're going to add two to it today. And it's risky on both, but I'm feeling both. All right, first off, Aaron Rodgers over 33.5 pass attempts. I'm going to do it. Could be his last game he ever plays. I think we're going to get vintage Aaron. I don't know if the Steelers win or not. We're betting on the over. Okay? That said, though, I think we're going to get Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball. All right, number 2, Luka, over 3.5 threes. Now, I thought about parlaying. Luka dropped this number to 3 threes and play Klay Thompson at 2+ threes, knocking his down 1 as well. And I'm not against it. It's like plus 140. That said, though, I feel like I'm, as the kids say, doing too much, right? So I'm going to simplify it. I'm just going to roll with Luka, even though I really like Klay as well. So those are the two. Now, we've got a billion things to talk about, so let's go. Texans and the Steelers, okay? Fresh, updated information. Matty Boy said, Luka, 2.5 threes, and Nurkic, over 3.5 assists from Kirk, LFG. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. All right, where we sit right now, Texans, 3-point favorites, total of 38.5. It hasn't budged. Now, as promised, discuss the weather. So what do we have? 34 degrees kickoff. It's going to feel like 25. But precipitation might not be there. Okay? The wind gusts, however, are. All right, so the wind is going to be 10 miles an hour constant tonight, which is somewhat enough, but nothing crazy. But it's the wind gusts, 20 miles an hour, 17 miles an hour. Now, again, wind gusts, can't see it. You don't know when it's going to come. That said, though, I'm not banking on that. I think that the weather, yeah, exactly, Brian. It's not horrible for this time of year. No, not at all. If we don't get the snow, dude, it's 75 degrees for A-Rod. Now, the Houston Texans, they're an indoor team. Do we counter that into it? Or is the weather not going to be too terribly bad, right? All right, Tizzle Special is up there. What do you think? We doing it? I don't have the graphic. Dang it. I didn't have the graphic. 120. We going? Yeah, a balmy evening in Pittsburgh. Now, weather could change. I'll be the first one to tell you that. Not that I'm an expert. But if we get this right here, straight. All right. Let's take a look at the Texans' last 5 games. Okay. Last week against the Colts, put up 38. Chargers, 20. Raiders, 23. Cardinals, 40. Chiefs, 20. So Houston has the ability to go off. Do they? Again, the total's 38.5. 20-19 gets you the over. But the Texans also have the number one defense in the NFL. So let's take a look at the Steelers. Their last 5 games: 26 against the Ravens, 6 against the Browns, 29 against the Lions, 28 against the Dolphins, 27 against the Ravens. Pittsburgh's been scoring lately. I know that's 6 against the Browns is sitting there. I know. I don't know what that was. But the Steelers also get DK Metcalf back tonight. They haven't had him. That's going to help out a lot. Now, CJ Stroud, let's take a look passing chart here. If you're betting on CJ Stroud, you're betting on this game. You're saying, AB, what does the film say of what CJ Stroud has looked like? Well, it's pretty similar to this. This is week 18 against the Colts, but you can go back the last few. 14-23, 169 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. Houston likes to run the football. If Houston gets up tonight, plays with a lead, you might not get a lot of pass attempts from CJ Stroud. Houston is going to have to run the ball, and they're going to have to do it effectively. Now, not that CJ Stroud can't go nuclear. He certainly can. But I don't know if that works out perfectly for what they want to do. That said, though, you look at CJ Stroud pass attempts tonight. They're at what? And I'm going to pull this up. I think they're 34.5. It's a big number. Tony, Aaron Rodgers, 0 picks his last 5 games. Yep. And that's why I don't have any interception plays. Look at this. So, Aaron Rodgers, this is last week against the Ravens. Okay, and I'll pull it full screen. But remember, we're in the mode where at any moment it could be the last game of Aaron Rodgers' career. And not that we're betting on that specifically, but we are using that. 31 of 47, 294 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers has been money. And that's without DK. Craig, are the Steelers really going to lose at home on Monday Night Football? Aaron's possible last game all over the Steelers tonight, right? So we talked on the morning show, DK Metcalf. He's finally back from suspension. Big body wide receiver. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's take a look here. CJ Stroud and Aaron Rodgers, 5 yards and in. Okay, so just see the blue line of scrimmage. Go to the next white line. It's 5 yards, right? Just count the pass attempts that are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like 5 yards and in tonight, especially. And this was against the Colts. Now let's do the same task for Aaron Rodgers. Okay? Find the 5-yard line and pass attempts that are at it or close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Do I have to keep going? It's like 25 pass attempts that were 5 yards and in. Now, I'm betting on Aaron Rodgers over 33.5 pass attempts, and I'm saying that that's a risky bet because it's a lot of pass attempts. He averaged about 33 this year. But time of possession is where we have to be looking, okay? Because we could chart this correctly, but we just don't get the pass attempts because we didn't get the time of possession. And that's the largest part. So watch the Texans run game. If the Texans are running the ball consistently and ending those drives in at least 3, but possibly 6, look out. Because that's going to be trouble. So now you start doing the coaching move. Well, you're going to see the Steelers. They're definitely going to crowd up the line. You're going to see 7 in the box, 8 in the box, 9 in the box, right? You're going to see timed blitzes. Charlie, you got to figure the rest will give the Steelers at least 3 points with their bias. Brian, if Steelers cannot run the ball, your pass attempt should be good. Yeah. And that's what I worry about there. For the Steelers, at least. Steelers same game parlay. These are all plays as well. Gainwell, 20+ receiving yards. Pat Freiermuth, 3+ receptions. Calvin Austin, 5 receiving yards, plus 166. No me miros con eso. I like it, dude. Let's go. Sorry, I didn't mean to go Spanish there. Jared, over 20.5 completions for Rodgers. He's going to do a lot of checkdowns with the pressure Texans apply. 5 of the last 5 games will be put on the GOAT. Right there. Texans are also definitely going to be bringing pressure all night long. Now, you know how you beat the blitz? You throw right at it. Okay? If you're blitzing me from this side, come on. Toss it right over your head. For real. That's how you beat the blitz. So if you see the Texans start to blitz, watch Aaron Rodgers. Dude, he'll just form that bubble screen, pop it right over your head. Bust you up. It's effective. No doubt. All right. We throw the picks here. Aaron Rodgers over 33.5 pass attempts, minus 105. Luka Doncic over 3.5 threes, minus 115. Tony asks, Brooks Koepka back on tour. Is this correct? Brian says, yes. Brooks will be playing in the Farmers Tournament at the end of the month. That's amazing. That is amazing. Back. Kev. Big AB. What's up, brother? Let's go get it. Let's go get it indeed, big dog. David said Aaron Rodgers under longest pass, 32.5 yards gameplay and 6 receptions. There we go. Gainwell. Hammering Dalton Schultz and Gainwell receptions and receiving yards for both. Completely agree. Completely agree with you. Okay. Now, that's the NFL. We also have the NBA. Okay. So I'm going to walk through these games and let's do it together. If you have anything, drop it in. Jazz and the Cavs. And I'll pull it full screen. Cavs 13.5-point favorites. Total 249.5. All right, points. Anybody who's looking at points in this game? Donovan Mitchell. Or what do we have here? Sorry. Yeah, these are threes. Sorry, apologies. I think we had points. There we go. That's what I meant to get. Donovan Mitchell, over under 28.5. You going Laurie? 25.5 over under. Keanu George, 22.5. Evan Mobley, 18.5. Darius Garland, 18.5. Jared Allen, Sam Merrill, Bryce Sensabaugh, DeAndre Hunter. That DeAndre Hunter could be all right. We'll see. It's going to depend on the minutes. Now, what about threes? Can I interest you in any threes tonight? Mitchell over 3.5. That's available. Sam Merrill, 3.5. That's available. Laurie over 2.5. Not playing 142. Keontae George over 2.5. Darius Garland over 2.5 plus 136. Not bad. What kind of minutes you think we get out of Garland? Bryce Sensabaugh, not playable. Ace Bailey, I don't know if I'm playing 176. And Mobley, 1-3 minus 243. Nah. Celtics and the Pacers. All right, we only have 6 NBA games tonight. Jermaine, you going Allen double-double? All right, bet. Let's go. Celtics, 5.5-point favorites on the road. Total 225.5. All right, I know it's a little more difficult to read. You got a few more prop bet players available here. Derek White, over under 24.5. Pascal Siakam, 24.5. Peyton Pritchard, 22. Andrew Nembhard, 17.5. Anthony Simmons, 16.5. Nesmith, 16.5. Huerta, 11.5. Sam Hauser, 10.5. Anything you like? Jared, Darius Garland, over 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Utah top 5 against guards. Beautiful. There you go. Yep. Jaylen Brown out. Correct, sir. So what about threes? Derek White going to be firing him? He going to fire him up tonight? What about Pritchard? 2.5, not playable. Nesmith, not playable. Hauser, not playable. Simmons, kind of playable, but not at that juice. Nembhard, not playable. Siakam, playable. Jay Huff, playable, but I don't know if I'm doing it. Who's going Johnny Furphy? Who's feeling it with Furphy tonight? Anybody going Johnny Furphy? 1-3, minus 188? Anybody banking the mortgage on that one? J Huff, under 3.5 rebounds. Check his numbers. This might be free money. Boom. Let me star that. Thank you, sir. Let's keep going. 76ers and the Raptors. 76ers, 3.5-point favorites on the road. Again, road team favorite here. Total of 219.5. That's playable. All right, what do we think about points? Maxey, 27.5. Whale, we doing it? Is anybody going Embiid? 25.5, minus 105. Ingram, 21.5, minus 102. That's playable. Scotty Barnes, 19.5, minus 108. That's playable. Whale, Maxey for sure. Let's go. What about Emmanuel quickly? You doing it? 18.5? I don't know. So, again, Paul George, 14.5. Anybody still playing Paul George props? Jared, had 2 hernia surgeries recently, so they're trying to find the root of the cause. Thanks, big dog. Hey, man. Hope it gets better. Hope they find it. They're going to find it. You just keep your head up. Stay positive, big dog. You got this. Now, as for got this in threes, I don't know if there's anything I like here. Maxey over 3.5 is a good number. I don't know. Anybody rolling Paul George over 2.5 threes plus 102? Look at Joel Embiid. Minus 228 on 1 3. There you go. All right, Nets and the Mavericks. Now, Mavericks, 4.5-point favorites at home, total 219.5. I know it's tough to read. Michael Porter over under 29.5. Who's going Cooper Flagg? Now, Cooper Flagg, I know it's impossible to read the left. He's averaging 18.9 points per game. He's doing his thing. 22.5. Where's Clay? Look at Clay. 12.5 points over under, minus 121. Najee Marshall, 15.5, minus 19. You going with it, Jermaine? 8+ rebounds? Let's go. Now, what do we think about threes? Kind of can drill down a little bit. Michael Porter Jr., 3.5, minus 137. I'm not playing that juice. Klay Thompson, that's what I wanted, man. I want that over 2.5, but I'm not paying minus 148 for it. No chance I'm taking that risk. Max Christie, like that, like I know people are, if anybody's new, thinking, why are we talking about Klay Thompson threes that much? It's profitable, but it's right at that number of 2 and 3 every time. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You just have to get your juice right. Like, it's just tough. But, man, it's profitable. Max Christie. Noah Clowney, plus 125 on 3 threes. Marshall, 1.5 threes. 165. Cooper Flagg. Anybody playing Cooper Flagg hitting 2? He'll hit 1. Let's check back tomorrow how many threes Cooper Flagg hit. All right, Lakers and the Kings. We're going Luka. Now, Lakers, 9.5-point favorites on the road. Total 228.5. Look at Luka, 34.5 points tonight, over under. He's averaging 33.5 per clip. You going Bron? Anybody going under on LeBron? 23.5 points. Zach LaVine, 20.5 there for the Kings. DeMar DeRozan. You got Russell Westbrook, 15.5. Lakers, DeAndre Ayton. Malik Monk, Maxime Reynaud, Jake LaRavia, Marcus Smart, and our dog, Rui Hachimura. I love Rui. Rui over 8.5 points, minus 109. All right, now here we go. So we're on Luka, over 3.5 threes, minus 114. Feeling it. But where else could you go? Zach LaVine? I don't know about Marcus Smart. That's not playable. Russell's not playable. LeBron's not playable. Big Jake LaRavia, I don't know if I'm feeling you just yet, big homie. However, keep an eye there. We get the minutes. And what do we think about Rui? Rui's a fascinating bet. I see we're 7.5 rebounds. There we go. Brian, Clay threes could be a good parlay piece. I agree. If you can get that, drop that number down, get it from 2.5. I'll tell you, if you're going to play threes, okay, let me pull this back up. Just so we're talking about it, we can see it. If you're going to play threes, drop it down 1, right? Yeah, alternates. Exactly as Kirk said, alternates. Yeah. If you're going to do it, drop it down, make it worth your while. Your point is that your goal is to hit the parlay. So your juices might not always look great, plus 700. Like, no, you're going to have a lot of like plus 100s, but you could double up your money doing that. But it's smart to go alternates because, yeah, man, like Klay Thompson, he's consistent, very consistent, but it's consistent at like 2 or 3. So if you can get that over 1.5, and again, that's going to move the juice to like minus 400. Trust me. I was doing work all afternoon with it. It's hard to work with. That said, though, yeah, like you could take Clay and put him over 1.5 threes, and you could take Luka and put him over 2.5 threes, and that's plus 140. And you dropped 1 on both of those guys. Seriously, put it in your books. Drop Luka by 1 over 1.5 and drop from 2.5 to over 1.5 threes and drop Luka from over 3.5 threes to over 2.5. I think it's 139 plus 139. Like it's pretty doable. But again, with the NBA, things can go to hell in a handbasket very quickly, right? So yeah, be careful adding too many legs to a parlay as well. And 2 might be too much. Boogie, I'm much better in the first 2 weeks of recovery. Laughing or coughing. What's the word? I bet, man. Glad you did doing better, buddy. Hornets and the Clippers. Excuse me. Who's going Kawhi tonight? You got James Harden. Dude, this feels like 2008. You got Kawhi, James Harden. Got Brandon Miller in there. LaMelo. I'm not even going to say it. You all know the number. Miles Bridges. Double K. John Collins. Keep going. May I interest anyone in threes? Anybody playing LaMelo? Brandon Miller's not playable. Kawhi's playable. Bridges is there. Collins is there. Sexton. Look, there's something risky about all of these at plus money. I'm scared. The books don't normally do that. I mean, we just went through the games. You all have bet threes before. Usually it's a lot of not playables. So, total of 223.5. That'll definitely do it. All right, let me get the picks up here. We'll bounce out of here. Don't want to keep you guys all afternoon. I've kept you for like 3 hours today already. Okay, let's get after it. Y'all ready for tonight? You ready for the final game of the wild card weekend? All right. Aaron Rodgers over 33.5 pass attempts minus 105. Luka Doncic over 3.5 threes minus 115. Again, if you wanted to drop Luka to 2.5 threes and you wanted to parlay that with Klay Thompson over 1.5 threes, I think it's like plus 130. It was earlier. So should be. Tony says, AB, we doing a show before the game? Nah. We'll keep it light, man. That's why I wanted to kind of go through it this afternoon. And make sure that we walk through it, but give everybody time to get the stuff in and just enjoy the game. Watch it, right? Get home. Get all set up. So Matty Boy said, appreciate you, AB. Fun show as always, my man. Best of luck, gang. Let's have a day. Let's have a day indeed. All right. It's going to be a great day. All right. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Monday. We'll be live as always tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets and we will see you soon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us?